it's Michael with the Black Belt Project. You can sign up for my mailing list over at BlackBeltProject.com if you haven't done that already. I want to say thanks to all the people who've emailed me and say, hey, when's the next post going to be? And particularly you, R Puppy, I think you're probably one of my biggest fans out there. Thanks for the emails, and I did get those. A couple other people sent in some suggestions, which is great. We'll try and implement those. Now today, it's been a while since I posted a video, and I, just like the rest of you, we get overwhelmed sometimes, and many times when that happens, a lot of times people call that falling off the GTD bandwagon. I know that over at David Allen's website, periodically you'll see somebody come in there and post a message, man, I fell off the bandwagon, I don't know what to do, how to get things going again, I just can't get motivated to get things back into where they were. And any kind of time you make habit changes, if you're working with GTD, for example, or you're exercising, you're trying to eat right, you're going to go through periods where things don't work perfectly, and you have a hard time kind of getting back to that same level of motivation that you had when you were first excited about it. And I think that's pretty common. So if it happens to you, first of all, don't beat yourself up about it. Make sure that you realize, hey, everybody gets overwhelmed every now and then, and what I do to get things going is I just start with collection. Just start at the beginning of your system. And I know if you've watched much of my stuff, I really harp on the beginning of the system. The upfront part is really where a lot of people get stuck because they really don't know how to get it all together there. And what you want to try and do is start with collection, get everything back into one spot. And so I've been overwhelmed the last few weeks, and so I got a big stack over here of stuff that I've got to do. And the one thing that I've learned to do that has helped me when I've gotten overwhelmed is the system. The components are all there. I still have my calendar, I have my email, everything's been collected and in. But there's just a lot of stuff that isn't done, a lot of next actions that you got to get on list, or just things that are in your head you got to get out. And so what I've done over time is I have developed a checklist of what I want to do each and every day. So I got my computer open here, and I know that when I get overwhelmed, I'll just start with the checklist. And then usually I've got my checklist set up so it's the easy stuff first. Just get everything together. I think most of it's pretty easy. Just kind of round everything up, make sure it's all in one spot. That's the easy part. And then you look at your stack and you go, well, that's a pretty big stack. And but in the end, it's not as overwhelming as you think if you just get yourself moving. So anyway, that's a tip there that I don't think many of you really realize the power of it. And I really believe in the development of checklists to handle everything you do with your work or personal or whatever, so that you can get all of that stuff out of your head. And each day, if you have your checklist in front of you, then you've taken out the thought of what you have to do. You go, okay, I got to check my voicemail, I got to check my text message, I got to check my email, I got to check. And when you fall off the bandwagon, if you got that checklist already done, you've already thought about what you do, that is half the battle there. Now, what you'll find is you get so far, like, oh, okay, I got everything together, and maybe for that particular day, that might be all that you can get done. So the next day, you go, well, I don't have to collect, I got everything together, so just move to the next item on your list. Okay, I'm gonna take out and work on cleaning out my voicemail. Then I'm get that down to 0. Then I'm gonna start working on my email and get that down to 0. Then I'll start working on the next item on my list. And so what you want to try and do is just keep going through the list each day and get as far as you can. And then the next day, just try and get a little farther. And then the next day, just try and get a little farther. And before you know it, you're making progress. So when you fall off the bandwagon, start small. I think falling off the bandwagon means you're really just not motivated to do anything, and we all go through that. And the only way to get out of that is if you take small steps to move yourself forward. And then once you've done that, just try and get a little bit better every day. And the second thing to that is you've already got a roadmap on how to do it, and that's the checklist of what you got to do each day. That makes it that much easier, because then you don't have to think about, well, what should I do next? You can just look at your checklist and go, okay, well, the next thing I do if I was really on top of things is I'd check my email here. And so anyway, that's how I recommend you get off the bandwagon. Now I'm going to kind of go through in some other videos, just try and go through some other steps here and just kind of go through my checklist so you can kind of see exactly how I do that. Hopefully that'll be helpful. Anyway, best of luck to you. Remember, go to BlackBeltProject.com if you're not on the mailing list, and we'll keep you up to date when new videos come in. And have a great day. Thanks.